It's gotten to the point now where The View, Disney's daytime ABC news talk show, has gone so loony, so crazy, that they make Rachel Maddow look like a conservative. Today, we'll tell you what Sunny Hostin has decided to say and spray terrible falsehoods. Folks, it's the kind of thing that makes us wonder, what in the world would it take for Disney to put this under and say enough of the very terrible View? Hello, folks, and welcome back. It is a joy to have you join us. We are so excited to get to spend time with you. Thank you for inviting us onto your devices and into your day. As we get started and underway, consider clicking the like button. Folks, we know you may be tired of The View. We're tired of The View, but you clicked on this video and we made this video, which means, yes, The View has gone farther and beyond what they've done before, and that seems almost impossible, and yet they have. Sunny Hostin declaring that the U.S., the American citizenry, votes in dictators, and the rest of the world is terrified of doing business with the red, white, and blue. Is it disillusioned? You bet. We'll show you right now. All right, folks, take a look at this. Oh my gosh, it's The View.
The View.
I'm so sorry. Folks, even I'm tired of covering The View. Even I am. But they won't stop. And the other Disney channels, go to YouTube and look up all the channels that cover Disney. Vash, I wasn't going to criticize you in public, but I'm going to have to now. All these other channels that cover Disney, they never cover The View. And The View is Disney. It's paid for by Disney. And they keep saying the most insane things. And then I think as pro, well, we've done it this time. That's far enough. We'll leave The View behind because they even annoy me now. And then they do things where I must cover it as part of just, I cover Disney. Darn it, they did it again. All right, here it is, out of Twitchy. Sunny Hostin reveals, even the headline gets me. Sunny Hostin reveals she hates democracy as she explains why the world can't trust the U.S. And she's platformed by Disney. She's paid for by Disney. This is insane. Every time this writer hears The View, co-host Sunny Hostin speak, it boggles her mind that Sunny is a lawyer. Who is the author on this? Let me look. Amy Curtis. Amy Curtis is saying this. There was a time, this writer thought lawyers had to be smart, but Sunny has disabused her of that notion. Today, Sunny had a deep thought about why other countries can't trust the United States. All right, here it is, folks. I'm going to go to it in the original. Okay, this is Western Lensman hosting this. And again, Disney. This is what Disney says. This is Sunny Hostin, paid for, platformed by Disney.
From my perspective, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, no country can count on America anymore. They're going to ice us out economically. We're going to be on our own because they're not going to be able to depend on a country that every 4 years could elect a dictator. They can't rely upon us.
Yep. All right. What else? Well, 2 days ago, at the time of this recording, April 8th, The View's Sunny Hostin demands the President of the United States own his Trump slump. So they put this out there right before the stock market shot through the roof, and we'll see how that goes. No financial advice being given, but it just adds to it. I mean, the show's nonsense, but it's actually to the point now where I think it's legitimately really offensive. And I don't care about, companies can offend. You can say whatever you want to say. But I'm looking at brand damage at this point. And the Walt Disney Company, they don't have a conservative show. They don't have a moderate show. They have The View. And they don't have any programming that suggests to me that they want to have a balance. The View, as we reported on earlier, has had 63 liberal guests, not a single conservative guest this year. And I would dare say probably no moderates. And then you've got Sunny Hostin coming out there in the midst of all of this and saying that the United States elects dictators. Now, the problem with saying that any country elects dictators is that is demonstrably false by virtue of the fact that they have more elections in which they can elect new and different people. If you're electing a dictator, all you'll ever do from that point on is elect the dictator in fake elections if they even go so far as to have them. So it's nonsense. It's baloney. And listen, this is attached to Disney. And this is killing Disney.
I'm just going to go straight political on this one. If you're worried about the size of the government when the guy you don't like gets into office, the solution is to limit the size of government across the board. The idea is to not give unlimited power to the government while your guy is in office, and then struggle to keep yourself sane when someone else might get that amount of power. Smaller government keeps this from being a problem. Anyways, I'll get off that soapbox.
No, listen, and I just want to clarify to everybody out there. I'm tired of covering The View. Okay? Ladies, Sunny, Joy, Whoopi, I am tired of talking about you. I don't want to do another video on you for at least 2 weeks. I need you to say sensible things. I need you to pretend that you're not insane for 2 weeks so I can cover other topics. But you won't let me. You won't let me. Please, I beg of thee. I beg, because you're Disney owned and I have to cover you when you do this. So just stop it. Stop being oxymoronic and not even knowing it. Fake culture, Vash, go ahead.
Disney can't help themselves here.
Yeah,
Culture's off the races.
Yeah, Disney can't help themselves here. They are so politically focused on one side of the equation. It's basically infested their entire company. Their ideology is permeated or poisoned the company to its very heart without having any room for balance or nuance. Nuance is something that's especially missed by Disney lately, and especially by this show, The View. Why don't they have contrary views? Well, because they can't allow for their narrative to be challenged. This is how you know that they are all about the kind of government that Sunny proclaims she doesn't want, a dictatorship, correct? So you have the ridiculousness of Joy Behar, which we covered last night. You have Sunny Houston with this ridiculousness. And honestly, the last person I'll listen to when it comes to lawyerly stuff is her, because she allowed her husband to get into a position where he could go to jail forever and ever. He's in big trouble. But Disney overall, because of their lack of diverse thought, has put themselves at odds with the most important demographic of all, the American family. They have now convinced the vast majority of the United States and maybe the entire globe that they are no longer for families. And so their only survival at this point, especially in their themes parks, is to appeal to that family demographic, which they have cast aside in favor of people who don't make more people. That's not a good side of things. So to me, it's just not a surprise. I feel like The View is going to be something that we'll be covering for quite some time, whether or not you want to cover it, Pro, because they're going to continue to say dumb things and go out of their way to do so. And yeah, she clearly hates democracy, but whoever wrote this headline, kudos. But it's more difficult to think that she's coming out in favor of everybody else. She is America last, and we are in the America first age.
Here's
Anyway,
what I can't figure out. Now, I get it from a political standpoint. I get that they are so partisan at the C-suite of Disney that they can't get out of their own way. But from a shareholder standpoint, and the investors and the pressure that surely they would exert, I can't figure out why, given what happened in the last 6 months, that Disney would quadruple down and have this show be this far out there on their network. And it has to be creating brand damage for Disney. Like, why would you take the middle of the day on your flagship network, if you're the Walt Disney Company, and say, you know what, we're going to make MSNBC look like Sean Hannity for an hour? Like, what in the world are they thinking?
I want to know what the ROI is for having Sunny Hostin.
What's the return on
is the
investment?
ROI? How much money is she making, like ABC, at this point? Because I mean, they have to have a legal fund set aside for her, right? Like with how many times she says things like out of
how
line.
much the leave bill is just on its own.
You know, it's like if you say what you want, right? But like Disney's got to pay for it. But like, is that show getting the ratings to quantify how much they're paying her? And you know, what's the ROI of this show? I'm so curious about it now. Or are they really like, are they taking a loss for it because the ratings are not that great?
Wizard,
it's wonderful.
Do you know that Sunny Hostin's husband is under a RICO investigation for insurance fraud. And Wizard, listen, people actually believe, and there's some credibility to it, that she accidentally implicated her husband on The View.
Yes.
And God bless them for that.
They tell on themselves.
This
They
is
tell.
the
I'm sorry,
only show
Jonas.
that's filmed inside of the Robert A. Iger building in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, I look, you're literally inside of Disney, because we might as well just call Disney the Iger company at this point.
Yeah,
Because
it shouldn't be attached to Walt. Walt would never allow this stuff.
Yeah, and the fact that the hubris that exists from Iger himself to name a building after himself while he's still working for the company is just absolutely grotesque. But look, I mean, Joy Behar has implicated herself live on air. The stupid chick that like to pretend that she was conservative at one point, she says dumb things on there that implicate her in activities. Yeah, Navarro.
Culture Whoopi came out there and mocked a bakery. Or said like legally negative things about the bakery and got caught. It turned out it wasn't the bakery at all. I mean, this show is nonsense.
She brought her cupcakes on the show. Like, I would like to complain about my order today.
Right. And it turns out that the cupcake store was in the right and she was in the wrong. It's like, listen,
doing something with malice is something that Disney needs to learn about. Okay. The reason they wrote a check to the Trump library or whatever it was because of doing something with malice, and they would have lost in court. They are constantly having their hosts of their programs do something with intent to harm. That's malice. And when you get caught up in a defamation case, this is the problem that they trip over, because you just have to watch 20 minutes of The View when they cover any certain subject with which they have outward hatred of, and you're going to find their intent to harm. They'll actually say it in words. That's why we used to get a string of legal notes. I think Disney is in great risk every single day that program remains on the air.
So I'm going to make a deal with Disney right now, because I'm going to be honest. I'm really tired of having to cover The View because they're owned by Disney and they do things that eclipse any other headline I could possibly imagine. And yet we're all becoming desensitized to it. Like, the more we have to cover it, the more we just yawn and we say, well, the ladies of The View came out and said something utterly stupid that is contemptuous of humanity itself. All right, so here's my deal with Disney. Dear Disney, I'm going to beg you, if you'll give me 2 weeks where I don't have to cover something from The View, I am going, listen, Disney, you're going to love this. We are going to offer to send the Waxmobile to Culture's house. We will have, listen, this will happen, Disney, if you can. Bob Iger, I know that you are going to be all about a good waxing for Culture Casino. All you got to do is give us 2 weeks, 2 weeks of not covering The View. That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Culture, are you willing to take the hit for this? The humanity needs it.
No.
And thank you to Release the McCracken for that image.
Robbie, why are you helping Roland? What is your problem? These are my friends.
Vash, I'll give you the final word on it. Most people don't associate The View with Disney in terms of like the coverage. So you're never going to see most of these Disney. And I was joking earlier, Vash. I'm not actually criticizing your channel. That was me being humorous. Maybe not well done, but who knows? Vash, you're never going to see these cupcaker bloggers, vloggers, pixie dusters. They don't cover The View because even they know they're crazy and they know it's an ugly look for Disney. So they don't want to touch it. Disney, I don't even think wants to be associated with The View. So Vash, why are they associated with The View?
Well, I think for a lot of people who look at Disney, who those that cover Disney, like you said there, bro, so beautifully, they don't really associate The View with Disney. I think that's what's going on here. So for them, it's like, you know what? If Sonny Hostin says something crazy, if Whoopi Goldberg says something that is callous towards maybe Trump or anything else, it's like it's not going to necessarily affect us because we just don't have a close association or a close-knit association with them to the degree that it would get us in trouble or in harm's way politically, culturally, socially, that kind of thing. So I think for them, there's like a delineating point between the two entities. and a lot of these gals on here can comment in such a way that is I don't know, unbefitting of the company for sure, and maybe society at large. And yet, I think Disney's okay with it because I think the ratings, Pro. Have you looked at the ratings for The View lately? They've kind of, I think, outpaced maybe modest projections in terms of their staying power, which has been surprising. So I think Fake Wizard is talking about the ROI on sending Hostin and so forth. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's like, hey, look, listen, we don't have any other daytime programming that we can go to, and in this way, perhaps it's just something that is worth keeping around, even though it might be detrimental to the company at large for people who actually understand the relationship between ABC and Disney.
Well, let me put it this way for Disney. At this point, you could put Rachel Maddow and Jimmy Kimmel on there reading the Huffington Post, and it would be 10 times more moderate than what you have. Jonas, wrap it up.
No, I was thinking Christopher Walken reading the Washington Post would be fantastic. It's an amazing thing to think that the woman behind Sister Act, Sister Mary Frances, just sits there and just jabbers on all day. Like what happened to her career? She used to make funny, engaging movies. She was Guinan on Star Trek. Like do something fun and engaging with the last part of your career, if that's what you want to call it here. But instead, they just sit around and take pot shots about political takes. Like,
and
guys,
cupcakes. And
you
cupcakes.
can do better than that.
I know. You want more. You want more of the Pro Channel, folks, but we've got to head out the door for this video. But fret not yet, for more content is yet on the way. 3 times a day, thrice as nice, right here on the Pro Channel. Oh, what's that you say? You want more than that? Fine, we'll do 4. 4 videos. Well, yeah, that's happening. Folks, as you get ready to go, consider clicking the like button for us. It is a huge help. Also, like, share, subscribe, and click it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. We would also love it if you could drop on down and give us a comment. We love hearing from you. And although we can't respond to every single comment, we often are reading them indeed. Folks, we would encourage you to consider subscribing to our partner channels, that Park Place, that Game Place, and that Pod Place. We love them all. We think you might too. Until the next time we have the joy of joining with you, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water!
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
So I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.